Good evening, everyone. Family and friends tonight are sharing stories of an incredible former Fargo man who has died in an avalanche in Colorado Christmas Day. 44-year-old Brian Bunnell died while snowboarding with his sons west of Denver. As WDAY News reporter Kevin Wallevand tells us, his high school coaches and lifelong friends in Fargo say Bunnell will be remembered for much more than his state championships and record athletic talent in the mid-1990s.
Whether it was in the pool or on a cross-country course, families at Fargo North remember a Brian Bunnell who was funny, smart, and successful in any sport he signed up for. Tonight, Brian Bunnell's longtime swim and cross-country coaches paged through yearbooks from Fargo North. Brian was everywhere, often a captain of his swim and cross-country teams, an athlete who held records for years.
He had self-confidence right off the bat. He had work ethic. He was multi-sport.
But coaches like Skip and Dick Fisher and Gary Mayu say
he knew how to compete.
Up there.
As good of an athlete, he's a better person. Yeah. Unbelievable. Just, and he was that way from, like I said, the moment he stepped on deck as a 7th grader.
Brian died Christmas Day, snowboarding with his boys. They all got caught up in an avalanche. 2 of the boys partially buried. They got out. But by the time they got to their dad, he had passed. They snowboarded together often. Then again, friends say Brian, a longtime teacher living in Colorado, lived to be with his family outdoors.
To watch him do what he did as a kid with his sons, and none of them were swimmers, but they were mountain bikers, they were snow skiers, they were ski racers, they were snowboarders, was just really cool to see because, I mean, Brian could hang with them, and it was just really neat to see that experience that he got as a father.
Nick Nerlin was lifelong friends with Brian, from the days at Longfellow Elementary School to time as swimming teammates in high school.
He was just, and he still continued on into life, he was just a welcoming person, a super hard worker, very motivational, but just always inclusive.
Brian's family says they're working through this loss and heartache by sharing stories of this father, son, and husband who, one friend said, lived to live, not just to exist. Kevin Wallevand, WDAY News.
Services are scheduled for next Tuesday in Golden.